Eh, I never have enough things open. Freaking my channel.
Click.
Nope.
The more data you can use.
No, my channel. Stop fighting me, YouTube. There we go. I want to get the goddamn stream out there.
Anthony Aguilar yelling at technology since 2018.
Oh, okay. New stream. Discussing
Oh, I see it.
She-Ra and possibly BoJack.
Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah, no, we're getting into trouble today. We may piss off people in stream. There is a fairly good chance.
What are we discussing with BoJack? What happened? We watched it last night. Is it that discussion we had?
Yes, I'm gonna see.
Oh,
I'm gonna.
goddamn.
Well, here's the best part. I'm usually pretty good about dancing against the line, but now that I have a +1, I'm now dancing with through a minefield with a second person, which now
basically
increases.
you're using me as cannon fodder.
No, I'm just waiting to see. Like, let's see if I can. I know I could get through it by myself rather easily. I'm just giving myself the extra challenge just because. Well, why the fuck not? It is, after all, for no good reason. I really should frickin' goddamn remove this guy, whoever the fuck he is, from like my fucking save tabs. It's whatever the hell I've like been to, and when they get set there, I never change them. I've never set like comment section or like fucking Full Metal Tucker or whatever the hell. This is just like whatever pops up on the screen here. If anybody ever asks about that, there's 4 people watching. That's neat.
I think so. It says 5 for me. Oh, then again, I might be one of them.
Yeah, it might be. Let me go throw this into the rooms that I have.
I already got a like.
Nice. That is beautiful.
Hello.
Don't worry, people. We'll get stuff going. I want to give a shout out to Quillstroke, whose birthday is today, and she's going through cigarette withdrawal. So everybody send her happy pictures of people smoking.
Oh my god. Just send her the movie Thank You for Smoking.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm an asshole. That's beautiful. They can be taught. They can be taught.
I told you I'm not a cinnamon roll, damn it.
That's so horrible. I'm proud of you.
I am your apprentice in Heredity.
For no good reason is in fact Hi Thought Boy. I think that's that boy. That's
That boy 45.
Is that Darkus's boyfriend?
Darkus? I'm not sure. Let me...
I don't know. You know what? Anyways, just gonna say hi. Moving right along. So, the long-awaited She-Ra trailer came out. Let's go back to basic info. If anybody wants to check it out, I have it as a card in the stream. I don't know if that pops up wherever the hell. It's definitely in... Oh, I thought I posted the...
let me see real quick.
No, 1 second, I'll get it. The teaser trailer. It's not very long. I think only like the first 40 seconds is everything you need to watch, because then there's just like the coming soon nonsense. I like the voices. Let me just make sure that that's good. Yeah, I think that's it.
I'm still waking up. I didn't really hear the voice too well. I just
it worked fine. It sounded familiar, but you know, it might be just a case of everything sounds familiar after a while. The vibe I got after I took a look at it so far from She-Ra, for anyone who's ever played what's it called? Soul Calibur, Soul Blade.
I don't think I've played those.
Soul Edge. Those are it's all the same game essentially. It's a game with swords. And I think it was the 3rd or 4th one where you're playing through, and there's an evil sword in Soul Edge that basically has like a demonic force that winds up taking over it. But then later on in the game, they make a good sword that winds up being called, Soul Calibur. And the getup that's on She-Ra kind of reminds me of the getup that they put on, I think, Athena's daughter. Here, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, actually, I'd like to see that. Because Soul Calibur, that sounds familiar. I think one of my exes played it.
No doubt. I think...
Soul Calibur 4, you said? Let me just type in Athena. Soul Calibur, Athena.
Essentially, yeah. If anybody looks up Sophitia, or I think it's Athena, yeah, I think this is it.
Oh, okay. Does she look like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that kind of does.
Spoilers for people who want to play Soul Calibur or haven't yet for whatever daft-ass reason. She winds up like getting possessed by the good sword, and the good sword kind of like it sort of works in the way that if you've followed Star Wars with the good side and the light side, just because it's supposedly the good side doesn't mean that it's incapable of doing things of harming the person who possesses it. So it will use the person wielding the sword as a tool, as a means to an end to vanquish evil, which in an end can definitely hurt the user against their will. And the way I saw the sword from She-Ra is that's exactly what I thought. Where she's like, I don't understand. I was like, maybe they're going to go that direction, where, you know, she might have to master the sword before it winds up mastering her. Putting too much thought into it. Crappy brony analyst here, guys. But yeah, there's a lot of potential. Let's see. Haha, sleep, you have failed to keep me from missing the live stream. Wonderful, Stormblitz. I know you normally do. So let's see. I think
hello, Engelhart.
Yeah, J or L to skip around. Oh,
someone misspelled it and said angle, so I said Engelhart. I had to.
But yeah, there's this scene at about 19 seconds into the trailer where the sword's winding up talking to She-Ra, or I already forgot her name, as you can.
She-Ra, I think.
No, like her human name, Adenia, I think.
I don't know.
That name's. I know. LioConvoy, if you ever listen to this later, is probably ripping his hair out. You goddamn filthy casuals! You keep your whore mouths out of my damn She-Ra. You people don't know shit about Princess of Power. Yeah. Let's see. But for example, with Soul Blade, there's the sword winds up in one of the playthroughs of the game for the PlayStation, because obviously the arcade didn't have all the story and shit. There's a character named Siegfried that the sword winds up taking over his soul, and he turns into a complete evil bastard. And they put all this plot in the game that just wasn't originally there for the home port. That, like, you know, a lot of people who played like, damn, this is really good. And that's the kind of vibe I'm getting off of this. Does this series need that to be good? No, it clearly doesn't. But it's just one of those things like, ooh, that would be really a neat feature to include in She-Ra if they wound up having it. There's a couple of things that I'm interested in. The visual, whether we could debate this, that, and the other about the armored breastplate. It's taking some getting used to. I'm already warming up to the visuals now that I've heard the voices. After I watch a full episode, I'm sure it'll just melt off into the background, just like most cartoons, where when I first see something, you know, before I was watching MLP, for example, and I saw one of the more jarring images that people kept sending me, what was it? Lesson Zero. Some of the
you mean when she was losing her shit?
Yeah, I'm like, no, that wasn't even the weirder stuff. Like freaking, for example, bridal gossip. When if people is like, hey, check this out, and you know, you saw like the Flutter Guy stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on in here? I was like, if the show's this wacky, maybe I should give it a look. But let's just see.
What was your first episode, by the way?
First episode that I was just glancing through was probably when I was flipping channels. I might have caught a little bit of Discord. So
I meant like your first ever episode you fully watched.
Fully watched? Okay, so that's an interesting one. Back when I was an anti-brony and I was too cool for school, and I was like, I'm never going to be one of these people. My whole concept is if I don't watch the full episode, I don't count as a brony yet. Might have been Keep Calm and Flutter On, or it might have been the one with the freaking the cockatrice.
Cockatrice,
the one that turned Twilight.
Oh, where Fluttershy was taking care of the Kingdom Hearts Crusaders.
Yes, it was. That might have been it. But anyways,
yeah. Let's
go back to the comments here. Leo is eternally screaming as we speak. Indeed, most likely. Hi Sam, how are we going? So are we going to be singing Sword now? I don't know. That's possible. If the sword winds up talking to She-Ra through the whole thing, like say it's a symbiote or something like that, they'll have like Venom hears like the suit in his head. That would also be pretty badass.
Venom.
Venom's
I don't
like
really
from Spider-Man. There's a black suit where in the
that Venom.
Yeah. there's so many things that the idea is that when I'm looking at stuff, if I'm thinking about crap like this in my head, you've done your job with the teaser. You've encouraged me to sit there and come up with crazy crap. Oh, you could go this way or you could go that way. That's how fandoms are born. When you encourage people to create and sit there and expand on things, now obviously try not to get too attached to those ideas because those suggestions aren't all going to come true, if any of them at all. But that's what creates hype. That's what gets people to fucking show up. Oh, it could be this, and it could be that. Oh, hi, Leo. I don't think it's the sword. I think it's the light of hope. I noticed, and this is probably going to be a nitpick, I'm sure it's probably a classical remark, Leo. I wish he goes by the power of Grayskull. They're in two different worlds, aren't they? Grayskull would be like He-Man's world. There's not a Grayskull where freaking She-Ra is, right? Anybody, feel free to jump in with that one. If anybody's ever seen like either He-Man or more likely a Robot Chicken skit, Grayskull is that giant skull castle. Surely you guys have seen Robot Chicken?
I've seen Robot Chicken. I don't think I saw that skit. I'm the pleb of this conversation with She-Ra, and Robot I don't know what universe this is.
Chicken He-Man. Let's see if I could even see it in the trailer. Sometimes I might have to click
He-Man.
Yeah, that's basically where it says.
I've never been into He-Man for some reason as a kid.
It's perfectly fine. If I click on him, since unfortunately I don't have ad block on, but if you look up Grayskull in your preferred search engine, which I don't want to do because I don't have the safety filter turned on, and I don't feel like getting thrown off of YouTube. But I could argue if I get flagged for this, I'm like, hey, look, yeah, if it's on YouTube, YouTube can't yell about me putting it on YouTube. I feel very comfortable in that. Two different universes, yeah, exactly. But is there a Great Skull in the Grayskull in She-Ra's universe? Because she goes by the power of Grayskull. I'm sure that's probably.
Grayskull. Oh, I see it.
Now I'm gonna do a video later on because I want it in part in a response to Pete video, but there's also a bunch of people who are talking about, was it High Spice something or other? The one everybody's knocking is Tumblr the anime.
Oh, Lilac had issues with that. Yeah, I think it's. Let me read what he said the other day.
Well, no, I already have that scripted out, but my whole fuck, I lost it. Son of a bitch. Yeah, that's what I do when I'm trying to like make too many segues and too many points to come across to try and fit everything together. Jesus, where the hell was I going here?
You were saying if a trailer makes you think then that they've done their job.
Yeah, no. That was way at the beginning here. I'm trying to think when I was trying to segue to this on High Spice and all that other stuff.
Something about... Okay.
Go ahead.
Maybe something about Grayskull and the response with Willie Pete, or scripting?
Yeah, it was something about the response of Pete, but I don't feel like pulling up my script and giving away like every damn thing that I'm going to say later on. Jesus. I do jump around a whole hell of a lot in that because there's a lot of people who talk about, what is it, High Spicy Cat. You know what, I'll just look it up via Digi. I'm sure his crazy ass has it.
Okie dokie.
Let's see. Where is his million-viewed video? There it is. It doesn't have the goddamn name.
Oh, no.
You know what? Fine. I'll go to Commons channel. He has it. Get the fuck
out
of my way.
I was going to say, you were talking about things that make you think. There was a video game that came out at a convention for releasing video games for, like, Sony and the PlayStations earlier, and there was this one video game that made the whole entire...
Oh, here it is. It's a High Guardian Spice. You know what that sounds like a combination of? It sounds like a combination of deodorant and, like, a palace guard. I'm more powerful than I want to be. I with High Guardian Spice. Anyways, let's see. LioConvoy, want me to hop onto the stream? Fuck yeah, I'll grab you, Leo.
Hey, Leo!
Fuck yeah. I was asking people if anybody wanted to come in. Dunk. And let's see. I think I saw something from Blake. If someone needed emergency funds, would be better off using GoFundMe or you carrying. Possibly.
Hello.
Leo.
Hello, Leo. How's good?
Hello. Okay, so...
Yeah, is Grayskull actually in freaking the same area, or is it just like a rhetorical kind of thing because of the sword?
Okay. In the original He-Man and She-Ra, Castle Grayskull is a seat of power for Eternia. Eternia is a specific planet, and the planet She-Ra is on is Etheria. So the original story was that Hordak and Skeletor kidnapped Adora, who is She-Ra's alter ego.
No, now I remember exactly what I wanted to say. I, back in the day, actually did, to my eternal shame, went to the movie theater and watched She-Ra the movie which would have meant I would have saw it at 6. And you're like, what did you remember from that? I remember the kidnapping. I remember like the weird betrayal plot, and not much. I didn't even remember Hordak till just now. Till you just mentioned the name. I'm like, okay, so that's the name. So yeah, when everyone sits there and like acts like horribly outraged because of my childhood, I'm like, I don't know how the fuck you remembered, and I'm fucking like half. I'm half dead. How old I am? I'm like what, 38, 39. Fuck, I don't even remember any goddamn more. But so yeah.
The main thing that comes down to that is a lot of these people, myself included, of course, hold on to a lot of these older properties.
Yeah.
So I've been keeping up with them, and so have a lot of other people. The biggest issue you have is that a lot of people who haven't kept up with this property haven't really kept up with the modernization of other things. So they see this and they see it to be different, and they immediately think there's going to be some outrage or there's a plot or something else. Sometimes it can be really ridiculous. Sometimes they're very spot on. But in this case, I think most of the outrage was just completely stupid.
Yeah,
just really stupid.
I looked at it and basically you could call this completely unhealthy, and it probably is. When I throw on a TV show or a cartoon or whatever the fuck, I want to tune out to the world around me for 22 minutes or however the fuck long it is.
Yeah, escapism.
Yeah, yes, perfect, absolutely. Completely unhealthy, that's what I want. I want to not be thinking about what I'm going to be eating tonight, what I'm going to be talking about later. I want to think about the show, its characters, its settings, and after I'm done...
want immersion.
Yeah, I want total immersion, and I want afterwards, my main thought is, damn, I want another one. I want that show to be the quintessential potato chip. Where I'm like, fuck, I need the next one. Basically, like this season of fucking Venture Brothers, or anybody who's kept up with season 7.
Any season of Adventure Brothers.
That third episode, oh my god, I watched, I was like, this is the best one that they'll ever make. And the only letdown of like 4 and 5 is just the placement. They gave away way too much. I'm like, it's too good. Anyways.
Oh no, I need to watch this, don't I?
Yeah, question your heart. I'm assuming Leo's driving and he probably has his phone on the seat next to him to keep him from...
No, that's my blinker, so that's the ticking you're gonna hear. Although I might continue it just to irritate Equus Heart here.
Okay.
Jesus.
Indeed. VB hype. What's VB? Anyways, it's early in the morning, drank 2 cups of coffee. I started drinking a Monster. I think I got about a little over a half left.
As far as High Guardian Spice goes, I don't see enough to be outraged quite yet. I like the designs I've seen so far. I like the background art that I've seen. I've liked the character designs, but they haven't shown anything about the show itself. We don't know character names. We don't know any of it.
I'll give you the floor in a minute, Eden. But the thing that I saw at a glance that made me remember it, which is a series I didn't look into myself either, there was an anime back in the day called Magic Ray Earth that kind of looked like a knockoff of Sailor Moon. Yeah,
I'm very familiar with Magic Knight Ray Earth.
Yeah, the only reason I know about it is back in the day, anybody used to probably read a video game magazine called Die Hard Game Fan. Showed like a screenshot of it. I think it was either made for Sega CD or the 3DO or something like that. And I was like, oh, this looks really interesting. And my crazy ass is like, ha, that's going to come out to America. No.
Nope.
Not back then, certainly not. But, yeah, I have the same kind of thing where, like, if I would have saw High Guardian Spice as a kid growing up and that was some anime coming down the group, I probably would have been like, yay, anime, because anime was really hard to get back then. Now, I could see why people are pissed off at Crunchyroll because there's a lot of issues, supposedly because of the Flash system, that you have to do some dumb shit with Crunchyroll. And I could see why people are like, hey, you're putting a bunch of money into an animation when you should be fixing your site. Those are valid concerns. I'll probably talk about that later. But is the series going to be good? Maybe not. I've definitely seen other like fan animations or crowdfunded animations that didn't exactly blow everyone's socks off and might be a dud. But I could definitely see. Go ahead.
Here's the thing when it comes to Crunchyroll. I don't know what they do with their money. Nobody really does because it's a private company. It's not a publicly traded one. So all their stock books, all their stuff is completely off record. So I don't know what they are putting in and what they're not putting in.
The last time I signed up for Crunchyroll is that I think Digi gave me a code way back in the day when I used to be on PubCrawl. And he's like, you get the first month free. And I had like 3 to 4 days left. And I was like, okay, I'm going to bitch out now. And he's like, no, that's cool. I still get paid. I'm like, yeah, cool. I enjoyed checking it out for about a month. There was we were looking through it and I was watching, I think, an episode with Rocky. What's the freaking... It's like a Sailor Moon, but with guys. It's really fucked up.
Super Sentai?
No. It's a very specific thing because we were looking at screenshots of it, and one of the main villains is like a green hedgehog, Lord Zarbin or Zarkin, something with a Z, and it was so ridiculous and batshit insane and over the top. Was it what you might call, if you want to be homophobic, was it really gay? But it was funny as hell. I didn't go back to it after the first one. I think Voice of Reason actually wound up reviewing it himself. I'd probably have to go check out his channel.
I feel like it's on the outstretch of my.
You know what? I'll head over
like
to
that.
I'll check out Voice's channel because I'm sure he didn't make that many.
And yes, Stormblitz, I did see that death battle, and it was poorly researched on both sides of the argument. And here's why. Even back when Ben Singer had a public Facebook page or Facebook friend, whatever thing,
before he turned it into a page. Defense Force or some shit like that, I think. Oh, Cute High Earth Defense Club. Love. That is a mouthful. That doesn't roll off the tongue at all. But I remember watching it with him, and I'm like, well, he's like, they're all guys. I was like, no, they're not. At least the blonde. No, they're all guys. Oh, okay. So.
But real quick, to finish up my statement here to Stormblitz, when I asked Bill Singer why he didn't include a lot of the other things that I know is canon fact on both of them, his response was, both these series are over 130 episodes. We do not have time to do that much research.
Which one was that?
That was the Lion-O versus He-Man death battle.
Okay.
I think I know why people are losing it over another reason they're losing it over contingencies with High Guardian Spice. Lilac said that like some people are just kind of overreacting because there's an entire they're really pumping up about the fact that it's just an all-female writing staff, and I'm like, that's cool and all, but I guess.
Well, hold it. Are they experienced?
I'm not sure. That's the problem.
Again, for High Guardian Spice, just from Pete's video, which is probably not the best source, she mentioned that one of them was from was Starverse, and mentioned maybe another was from. I don't have the video in front of me. It might have been Steven Universe, but it looked like there was.
I do know that one of them wrote comics some time ago.
Yeah, it looked like a fairly decent pedigree. Like if it would have been just here's a bunch of female writers fresh out of college, and we're gonna give them this. But I'm like, no, they're experienced. Okay, no, that's fine. That's all I want. Yeah, if they know their shit, that doesn't necessarily. Yeah, experience doesn't necessarily here's a bunch of experienced people, stir around the pot, and you'll get a hit. That's not true. There's an anime out there that had a bunch of really big, important people. Nemo Dream something or other. You know what I'm talking about? It had a shit ton of different, really big name directors, but then again...
Nemo's Dreamland.
Yeah, it had a bunch of big people who worked on it, but it got passed through so many damn hands, probably by the end, they just never had a chance to...
Well, there's also a Western example by the name of the Scythe and the Cobbler, unfortunately.
I actually talked about Cobbler when I had on... I'm trying to remember the damn podcast. Andrew Walkeful. And there's a way that some fan took out the narrative that supposedly ruined the
the Recobbled edition.
Yeah, the Recobbled edition. It sounded really good and interesting. I found out getting really pissed off at the phone. I'm gonna wait for it to stop ringing. Kiss my ass phone. Oh, cool! It stopped. Wonderful. See, it pays to bitch, guys. Anyways.
Anthony Aguilar bitching at technology since 2018.
Oh, you're gonna kill me with that. Anyways, yeah, the Recobbled edition of here, I'll even look that up. Maybe if it's on YouTube, I'll probably include that. Recobbled edition. Let's see if we can find that.
I've never heard of this.
Oh, here, yeah, Recobbled cut. I'll just grab that here. I'll throw that in the stream for the discussion section.
Yeah, experience doesn't always mean they're good. I was bitching about that one book series that the other day to you or a week ago, and those people are very experienced in writing their books, and they messed up a book really bad.
Yeah, everybody eventually does something bad. I'm sure if we went back through who's that horror writer?
Stephen King?
No. He does crap all the time. Not even as much as Stephen once in a grand while knocks one out of the park, though. The one who redid The Shining, who fixed it up.
Oh,
Coppola. Yeah, Coppola.
Coppola.
I'm
yeah.
sure he's done crap if we look far enough back. Can't think of it off the top of my head.
He was the one that did. Wasn't he the one that also did the or the Clockwork Orange?
He might have.
I think you told me that.
No, I think that was Stanley Kubrick who did the original Shining.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, I got mixed up my K's. I do that periodically.
I think it's still.
Kubrick.
I still think it's.
Yeah, I think that is the same guy for both. Not Coppola, Kubrick. You're right. Trying to think anything else to really look at. Back to the trailer. I'm interested just to see like if you can make the visuals interesting enough. The forest kind of reminds me of, I guess, was the Everfree Forest. I don't know. I don't expect to see maybe. I don't know. This might be the kind of background that you see over and over again.
So have they just only like released art and that's it? Like they haven't released a trailer or anything?
Yeah. I mean, there's no promise that we'll get who's the name of that villain you were talking about, Leo? Is it still there?
Leo.
Download High Guardian Spice or She-Ra?
She-Ra.
What about it?
What's the name of the head villain? Skeletor's brother?
Hordak.
Hordak.
It's Skeletor's master.
That's... You know what? With a name like Hordak, you know fucking goddamn nerds are gonna love him.
Oh, he's already been announced. We already know who his voice actor is. Not that I can tell you off the top of my head.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. Well, I guess it's not anybody really major like Tim Cummings or any shit like that.
No, it's not Jim Cummings. It's not Tim Curry. It's nobody you're used to seeing. But
okay.
The only thing I know about him that I can remember is that he's black.
Okay. Well, that maybe might
which
be
is
good.
fine.
Yeah, no, that's fine too. I have no problem with that right off the top of my head. I can't think of any bad black voice actors. Not that they don't exist, but not that I really remember by name. I don't remember. I don't know if I should start bad voice actors that make me go, "Oh fuck, not this guy." So I'm probably not a good person to ask on that. Leo,
Chris Sabat.
Oh, what does he do?
He does Vegeta.
Oh, is that the really screechy one from like early on?
No, that's the Ocean dub Vegeta. I'm talking about the Funimation one. Here's my problem with the Funimation voice actors: they don't have any range.
You can kind of get away with that in a series called DBZ, kind of, sort of.
I think that's
you can get away with it with DBZ, but the fact is Funimation uses the same voice actors for everything. If I can sit there and actively pick apart every character's voice, like, yeah, that's Piccolo, that's Gohan, that's Goku.
I could give you one.
At some point we get bored.
And I only know this name oddly enough. I'm sure I've heard it from other people, but the Wilsonator would name drop him periodically. Vic Mignogna, if you know who that is.
Oh, Vic
Yep,
Mignogna. Yeah, he's Tamaki.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
Edward Elric, I believe, or is it Al?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's Edward
Yes,
Elric.
he was Edward Elric, and he's Broly.
He's also the voice from the bald guy from Bleach.
He's also a Zero from Vampire Knight.
He does a lot of voice acting for Funimation, but for the most part, he's one of the few that actually has a freaking range.
I actually really like Funimation's voice acting cast. Like, I think the one they really got out of the park was Soul Eater. I thought they did phenomenal with that one.
Again, I'm not looking to entirely take any stances from, but I caught what was it, Digi's whole point on he was talking about High Guardian Spice, and he mentioned that one person, the pedantic romantic, was trying to report him as being a lolicon like that, and he's like, look, if I'm so goddamn terrible and this, that, and the other, why is Crunchyroll this is the same company that, covers the same crap that I have an interest in. And I was like, that's a pretty good point. How come people don't bitch about the companies?
Does Crunchyroll have
because we
actual
don't expect companies to have moral opinions.
But the thing is, does Crunchyroll have actual lolicon? That's what I'm wondering. Because I don't think
let's get to that. Well, I kind of beg to differ about that. Jim Sterling made a living on fucking pointing that out. So you have no problems with like loot boxes or anything like that in that case.
I've never had a loot box.
No, I was asking Leo.
Oh.
I think that loot boxes are for people who are going to be suckers enough to pay for a bunch of stuff they're never going to need.
But it's gambling. Yeah.
Absolutely, and they're welcome to do it. I wouldn't do it. I'm not that dumb. But
no, I'm not going to do it either. I would rather know what I'm buying.
That's actually, I just realized, because I know, again, don't take my word as legal advice here, but I've been told kids can't enter into a contract. Let's suppose your 10-year-old sat there and used your credit card, popped on there. Normally, if a kid goes ahead and buys something at a store, they could get it returned. So if you took that company to court, it'd be interesting to see if you'd be able to get a refund, because that 10-year-old wouldn't be able to enter into the contract.
Oh, you absolutely could, but more often than not, they're not even going to need to go that far. All you got to do is say, hey, kid stole my credit card. Oh, man, that sucks. Here's your money back. They're not usually going to be dumb enough to say, no, we want that $20 a month you gave us. How dare you?
Well, in loot boxes, it could be several hundred.
True.
Yeah, it could be a lot. It could be a whole hell of a lot.
It would be hard. It would be hard to say that. Oh, my kid just kept doing this all the time, and they, I think it would.
Insurance is for.
Jesus.
Do you have anime? Is there anime insurance?
There is insurance for corporations when they get scammed. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, there's malpractice insurance for doctors. I don't see why they wouldn't have this.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, insurance, and I saw this in a law book, and I'm pretty sure if I could look this up, insurance in and of itself is gambling.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Here, let me give you guys a more modern, practical example. If a cooler in a Dollar General goes out, what do you think they do with all the stuff in that cooler?
Throw it away?
Absolutely, but what do they do first?
Categorize everything lost in there and then report it to the insurance company.
Bingo.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the loot box would do.
Oh.
Okay, so for no good reason, was it Fun Animations or Crunchyroll that did the best dub ever, aka Ghost Stories? That's a good question. I guess we could look at
actually
that was Funimation.
Okay.
No, I don't think it was Funimation. I think it was actually Anime Works way before they died. Maybe Media Blasters.
I know they had Monica Rial on there, and she's in Funimation. She's in a lot of stuff, though. Then again, like she's in Gainax, and she's everywhere.
Okay, let's see. Ghost Story.
Oh, Ancient Mage's Bride was pretty good. Yeah, actually, Anthony and I started that back in December. We need to continue that at Quisart.
I don't have a problem with that. Marketed by ADV Films. I miss ADV, and by the by, we were having a discussion, oddly enough. Eden was expressing her dissatisfaction with ecchi anime. ADV was the forefather.
Shut up!
ADV was the forefather of bringing ecchi anime to fucking America. So
ADV also became Media Blasters, and that's all they do now is porn.
Listen, my issue isn't ecchi anime. People can like whatever the fuck they want. I just wish someone would be like, yeah, no, this isn't perverted. You're kidding me, right?
Well,
this isn't perverted to you.
ADV did eventually start to have some interesting stuff that was on there and stuff like that. I wish I could remember off the top of my damn head, but it's been ages, literally more than a decade. So yeah.
No,
this is where if I would have been on PubCrawl, we got instant answers about it. But again, I'm out of my fucking expertise there. And still, oddly enough, Donut would probably know too because he was a huge anime nut. No, let me tell you what crazy shit he did. There was an old live action like freaking beat 'em up that used to be on in America, and I was sitting there like ripping my hair out, going, "Hey, Donut, there was a gold guy. He used to beat up monsters. There were two fucking gorillas from outer space, and it took him a half hour." And he's like, "Oh yeah, Spectre Man." Huh? I've been looking for years, like 2 decades. How did you do that? No, Spectre Man, and he like it's all on YouTube. I'm like, what?
Yeah, Spectre Man's pretty old, dude.
Yeah, the boy knew his shit. And you know what's funny about that? Do you know what they replaced Spectre Man with, which is a fan favorite by a lot of people? If they're watching this and they follow me on Twitter, they'll get me unfollowed. I was like, what is this god-awful Kamen Rider? Get the fuck out. I want Spectre Man back. What the fuck is... I was so angry. I was like, no. No. I've been watching this for years. Get the fuck out. I don't want to see this.
What was it, Kamen Rider?
Yeah, I think it was Kamen Rider.
Black Butler?
Yeah, I probably threw something on the floor and didn't bother with. Sometimes when you're a kid and your favorite just gets replaced, you're like, no, I'm not going to bother.
Oh, yeah, no, that's happened here. By the way, Akusar, Black Butler is not only a great anime for me, but it is the best anime. Oh, and I know you can find it on a Kiss Anime. It's a great website for streaming different anime dubs. Yeah, literally every episode of every season.
It's a pirate site.
They're all pirate sites. I use Watch Cartoons, which is also I don't know how that one gets away with fucking being where it is.
Hey,
I'm having a lot of proxies, but more importantly, you guys mentioned Magus Bride earlier. My wife loves that series.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Oh, it's good. I love it.
I call the main guy Ookum Spookum, and it makes me mad.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed when they had the reveal on The Alchemists, and I was like, I wish there was more to them. I'm assuming that they'll... Oh, Death Parade. Yeah, I remember there was an anime analyst who freaking broke down Death Parade where he said the first episode was like the best one, and it just doesn't... There's too much redundancy after that. I wish I could remember the guy's name.
I don't know Death Parade. It sounds familiar.
Open. Well, I could think of if I could find the guy, if I even have him on.
All I know is every single one of y'all need to watch Gao Gaigar.
Sounds like a big robot anime, is it?
Yes, it is. It's
Ew.
an amazing robot anime.
I hate robot animes.
Hey, well, okay.
Well, then it hates you too.
Well, hold on. What big robot anime have you seen?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, the closest thing to a robot anime I've seen that I liked is Chobits, but I tried Transformers.
Chobits is not a goddamn big robot anime. It has a cyborg or whatever you want to call it.
She has a robot. I mean, isn't that technically a robot anime?
No, that's a rom.
No, because it's not part of the mecha genre. Mecha genre is split between primarily two things. You got super robot and you got real robot.
Well, I tried like Transformers and all that as a kid, and I freaking hated it. Yeah,
Transformers is not either super or real. It's technically a cyber life form. So you have not seen a robot anime. Also, Transformers isn't even anime.
No. I saw the arguments. I think it was Mother's Basement. It's like, well, what happens when it was produced overseas in like an Asian country or some shit like that?
You see, here's the thing: anime by definition, because it's a colloquial here in the States. It doesn't really have any ground anywhere else. It's a colloquial for something that was originated, conceptualized, and produced in Japan for Japanese audiences.
Yeah, wasn't the original anime like Astro Boy?
The first ever anime dates back to 1916 and is a short little 2-second film. But when we're talking about the modern anime industry, it did kick off in the 1950s with Astro Boy, a.k.a. Mighty Atom.
Yeah, I saw like a history of anime thing on demand.
But either way, Transformers is not anime.
Okay. Here,
what about Gurren Lagann?
Hold it, I got a question here. Who is your favorite Harry Potter character, and who is your least favorite Harry Potter character?
Ooh.
Shit. I am quite partial to Snape. That's the safest answer in the world, especially since his actor died. But least favorite, I think it's Dolores, the bitch.
I hate Umbridge. She was the one in the pink. She was that teacher.
The one who basically we all have to behave one. Oh god, she got under my skin. Good villain though, I guess. Go ahead.
Yeah.
My favorite Harry Potter character is Barack Obama.
God damn it, Leo.
You cheeky bugger.
I think my favorite is Luna Lovegood.
Best really horror anime off the top of my head, Darkus. Curse of the Undead Yoma.
Ooh.
You like ninjas? You like monsters? You like ninjas and monsters? There's an old one. I like the classic Devilman. The OAV, which came by.
You're talking about going to Guy's original anime.
Not the full series. That was more campy, goofy shit. There was an OAV that he put out. That he did was like a 2-parter.
But I think I like My Girlfriend is a Zombie. That's a pretty good anime for horror, I think.
I don't watch horror anime. It's never appealed to me.
I think Black Butler would consider horror, but it's my all-time favorite, so I'm not going to consider it in that category.
Well, I think that's false advertising because he's not black.
What?
He's a.
Don't you get into it. I saw some disturbing shit in Guyver. I wonder if I could make that argument for that being a horror anime.
I think it takes context from horror, so you might be able to.
Yeah.
Also, Guyver's freaking ultra-violent radness in personified.
Yeah.
Oh no! I realized my favorite. Horror anime, Corpse Party.
More to the point, though, we need to continue to berate Eden for not watching mecha anime.
Excuse me, motherfucker.
Well, I'm trying to think of like fucking.
Well, suggest one to me then, Jesus.
A quick.
Gao Gai Gar.
I don't.
I'm trying to think of like a quick in and out one because that's the problem with mecha anime that they go a long way. So this is where I'm going to show my elitism and my closed-mindedness and my bigotedness. Judging by the fact that they like Black Butler, I'm going to assume that freaking goddamn Eden would be all over Gundam Wing.
What's it about?
It's about really pretty boys who think that they could fly around goddamn robots. I'm assuming that would be your jam.
I wouldn't recommend Gundam Wing simply because I think Eden's not very fond of political discourse, and that's what Wing's all about. I would recommend, if we're going Gundam, G Gundam.
Is that the one with the guy with the fucking top hat and the circus kind of thing at the beginning?
Let me look it up real quick.
I did kind of like that one a bit more. I caught a bit of that when it used to be on Adult.
Gundam.
Gundam?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me look it up.
It's got some hilarious fantasticness to it.
It has an old.
And if you don't believe me, all you have to do is Google Tequila Gundam.
Jesus.
Okay.
Still waiting for the 5-part ADB part of the 4 English. You goddamn weeaboos.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I
I'm
remember
just-
there was this one guy in Limbo in the Secret Rift who would not shut up about JoJo. Like, I think his name was JoJo Fanatic or some
I
shit.
don't think he was ever in there.
No, he followed me on Twitter all the time. Like, he just constantly wanted to talk to me about JoJo. I was like, I don't like JoJo.
Well, I will admit this much about JoJo. It's one of those shows that is exactly what the title says it is.
A bizarre adventure with JoJo.
Go back and watch the original. That's really I couldn't. I was not a happy camper with fucking the original JoJo. I was like, this is. I'd rather do homework.
You know what oldie is good is Lupin the Third.
Well, Lupin the Third is god tier regardless of where it is.
I was about to say that really depends on the Lupin, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's aged pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Thank God when
Lupin's is one of those shows that absolutely has no problem embracing everything that it is, so that's why I love it.
Yeah, it's the best possible version, and most of the things that rip it off suck.
Absolutely.
Everything that rips
castle
off Lupin is just garbage. It needs to die and never come back. It needs to just either be Lupin or not at all.
You're about to mention the capital of Cagliostro, aren't you?
Yes, I was.
That's a Miyazaki film, oddly
Wait.
enough.
Really?
Yeah, I actually saw, I think it was Bennett the Sage break that one down.
Now I got some issues with that.
Oh yeah, no, I do too. Bennett the Sage says some really dumb shit, but every once in a grand while.
He called Cam Clark a subpar voice actor. How dare he?
Really, an anime critic will inevitably say something to piss you off. If they're not doing their job, to be honest.
Yeah, but that just shows that he's ignorant of Western animation voice actors. I wouldn't say slap the fat off of him, but he's actually done that good job on his own. So.
Stormblitz, I was not... Okay, so here's what bothered me about Eureka 7. It reminds me of Wolfrain. It gets to, like, the really cool character, and they realize, oh, you like that character? We're gonna kill him.
Oh, that's, if you want a good heart, that's a good heart wrencher. Like that, some animes do that. That's an issue with the Warriors book series I was talking about earlier. They do that.
Well, I won't be watching this one with you because I wasn't a big fan of the series. Eden, you ever watch Wolfrain?
I've heard of it.
Yeah. Oddly enough, I think he'd probably be in the same boat as Digi's old ex, where he's like, well, she liked it because the wolves were pretty. I was like, well, if you're a furry, you'll probably like Wolfrain. I actually disliked it for the exact same reason. I didn't like it because yeah, no, I'm a dick. And my favorite character in Wolfrain was the guy who was hunting the wolves. I was like, yeah, this speaks to me.
You're horrible.
I am. He struck me as like something straight out of like that old freaking sitcom show Silver Bullet. There was this one character kept like chasing after a guy, kept turning into a werewolf, and I was like, this has elements. This could have been like an old fucking classic sitcom that had no earthly business being on TV. But you know, there's too much pretty freaking millennial crap too much wispy bullshit in here.
Wolfrain, was that the one with the wolves the people who turned into wolves, but it was also really weird and you didn't know what the fuck was going on?
I've had
so that also describes a lot of anime.
Yeah,
actually I'm with you on that one with the hunter then.
Yeah, stop by.
What you need though, what both of you need is some good Baki the Grappler.
So what?
Look, I'm a mixed martial arts fan. I appreciate Baki the Grappler in concept. It's a little fruity though. But, you know, I think it had a cameo from Sakuraba in there. If you know the person from... Never mind.
I do not.
Okay.
But the point is, needs more Baki the Grappler.
I don't think that freaking goddamn Eden would be on board for Baki the Grappler. Did you ever see Tekken the Shoot Fighter?
No.
Oh, man, it's been a while.
Yeah, I remember catching that one. That was kind of interesting. I'm usually at least familiar with like old names of animes. I think was oddly enough. I think why fucking Digi kept me around on pub crawl for as long as it did, because I'd know all the old crap he wouldn't, or at the very least when we started talking about hentai, I'd be able to bury him a couple times. And he's like, well, back in my VHS tapes, he's like, what the fuck are those? And I'm like, you goddamn kid.
How does he not know what a VHS tape? I know what a VHS tape
Well,
is.
because they still sell.
Yeah,
because they still sell them at Walmart and shit. They still sell VCRs.
No, I used to have a VCR and VHS because I was in the poor family and we couldn't afford new
That's
stuff.
why they still
so we
exist.
recorded stuff.
Yeah,
We recorded stuff on VHSs all the time. I wanted to watch an episode and I couldn't stay up that night. My mother would record it on a blank VHS tape and I'd watch it on the VCR the next day.
Yeah.
But you still need to watch Gal Gagar.
Gal Gagar. Well, you'll have to make sure to link me later on when you get off.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, I'll try it. If you guys want a good heart-wrencher anime, either Angel Beat or Clannad or Canon is good with the Canon with a K. I don't know.
If you're looking for
the best heart-wrencher anime is clearly Shin-Chan.
Fuck you, dude.
Hey, Shin-Chan is way better than it should be.
It is.
Absolutely.
That's not a heart-wrencher.
Yes, it is.
There are times where you'll see shit in Shin-Chan and going, oh, where the mom's trying to run away from her kid and shit. And you're like, what the fuck? Try not. To
I love the dub for that. Like, I really do. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I loved Shin-Chan's dub too. I've watched way more of it on TV when I should have. That's kind of up there with the Detective Conan, where I'm like, I watched more of this than I wanted to.
I don't know, man. I wish we could get more Detective Conan down this way.
Why not a big fan of the sub?
Kiki's Livery Service, actually. What's funny is...
It's less of me being a fan... Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. It's
okay.
less of me being a fan of this or that. It's the fact that very rarely do I have time to sit down and actively watch something. Usually I'm doing something in the middle of it. And I don't think
I see what you mean. Well, I'm sorry, go back to this one more part. Big O is a good giant robot anime. Yeah?
Oh, yes.
I didn't think I would like Big O, just because I when they plugged it, they're like, in the spirit of Gigantor, not a fan. But I saw Big O, loved it. There's some really interesting, fun villains in there.
Do you know who they based Big O off of?
Batman.
Character-wise?
Batman?
Bingo. Sort of. It was intentionally made to be Batman-esque.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll have to watch it, because I do like Batman.
It's quite a bit different. It's quite a bit different. There's a... If you see what Japan does when they get their hands on something that's inspired by an American property, you're both familiar with Calvin and Hobbes, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yoshi and Toro is the anime I would suggest to you.
Oh, yep. Yeah, wasn't that
a lot of people are like, oh, yeah,
version?
no, it's the Japanese Calvin and Hobbes. And I looked at it and like, kinda. You could, if you're looking to notice it, you're like, yeah, it kind of is. I think they did a reboot that I forget who pointed it out. It was somebody who came through fucking... who was Foul's old friend that used to creep you out?
There was a friend of Foul that creeped me out.
The Asian guy.
Oh, Kenji.
Yeah, he mentioned that. He's like, oh yeah, Yoshi and Toro is coming back. Or they did come back, and he's like, yeah, you should probably check these out. Yeah, I probably should. But yeah, it was unfortunately, like, back in the day, they'd put out like an anime where it'd only get like halfway through the series or get so far. If you're ever looking for a really good sub that's classic as shit for everybody down below, the series is called, and I used to not want to put it over because I used to have a rivalry with one of my friends, it's called Irresponsible Captain Tyler. The guy would always come out on top by, if you know what the term happenstance is. He'd
yeah, I'm familiar with that show.
Yes. Inexplicably, there's just a character wearing a Jason mask, and there's just that one moment where fucking something collapses, almost kills a bunch of people. Was it you, Jason? It just fucking... They put him in there for like a one-off joke.
Jesus.
Yeah, let's see. Remember anime movies around the 90s when a girl runs away to a freak show and messed up stuff happens? I feel like that's probably happened a couple times.
That sounds familiar.
That almost sounds like Spirited Away.
Yeah, that probably is maybe Spirited Away. That was my first ever anime anything. My mother tried getting me... My mother is the anime freak in the family, actually, and she's the one who wanted to inherit it to me. She wanted to get me and my brother into it. She's like, you need to watch this. I'm like, I don't want to watch anime. It's stupid. She's like, it has Lilo's voice. What? Because I was obsessed with Lilo and Stitch, and that's how she got me to watch it.
Well, here's the kicker. This is going to have Anthony... recognizing I'm definitely close to his age at this point, if nothing else.
Okay.
But I don't know if my first anime was Voltron or if it was Superbook.
Ooh. Now that you mentioned Superbook, that probably was it. Alright, so Eden, let me take you back let me take you back in time. Superbook was a religious anime. And it was weird. It was like a time travelers who went through like experiences in like fucking the times of the Bible. And I'm sure if I went back and watched it now, it'd probably be kind of a trippy experience. Like, what the fuck am I watching?
Oh, it absolutely would be. It's still going. It's had a reboot.
That's something.
It's in CGI now.
It's still probably off-putting and weird.
The better question is, when are we going to finally get the OVA we've all been wanting? Bible Man versus Devil Man.
There's characters named Bible Man and Devil Man.
I'm assuming
there is a character named Bible Man, and there is absolutely a character named Devil Man.
You're not bullshitting me right now.
No, I know Devil Man exists. That's a Go Nagai, but I don't know what Bible Man is from. I'm assuming
Bible Man is a Christian live-action television program that is hilariously terrible.
Oh, God.
I know Creepy wound up covering a bunch of weird, fucked up.
Yep, that was one of the ones he covered, was Bible Man.
Yeah, I do mean to check that out. I'll probably make a note to get to that some point in time during the week.
Okay.
When's that crossover going to happen, huh?
Oh, God. Also, Ekusart, Kiki's Delivery Service. Funny enough, little childhood story. My old nickname, due to what my birth name, not going to say my birth name, my old birth name, my nickname was Kiki. And that's how my mother kept trying to get me to see the movie as a child. So when I wouldn't watch it as a child, she was like, but it has your name. It's like, I don't care. And now I've seen it as an adult. It's like, why didn't I watch this as a child?
Because you couldn't be told what to do as a kid?
Maybe. I actually didn't like being called Kiki. Like, I hated it because it's like, it's too childish. I want to be called my full name. I want to be more mature than that. And like, but Kiki's cute. I don't care.
Okay, so I forget the person that freaking Silver Quill cited it from. Part of maturity is when you stop worrying about how mature you are.
Yeah. The only thing that
that would be C.S. Lewis.
Yeah.
Actually.
He cleaned it up a bit, retooled it. I'm sure I dumbed it back down because I'm not as fluent.
Well, I will say this because I got to go here. If you guys get the chance, there's a documentary on Netflix I really recommend checking out, especially considering we were talking about She-Ra earlier.
Okay.
There is a documentary called I Have the Power, and it's all about He-Man.
I have Netflix. Maybe I could put it on in a little while.
It's about an hour and 30 minutes, and it's a very good documentary. I think you both enjoy it.
All right, I might give that.
And that goes double for the chat. Y'all always better check it out. I'll be quizzing you later.
All right, I have the power, guys. They were looking at you, Marcus.
So are we gonna save BoJack for another time? Or?
No, I could jump onto that right now. So let's see, just to make sure, in case anybody popped on and said they wanted it in the damn stream. Let's see. Oh wait, there's Step. I'm sure he's still at friggin' whatever the hell. Yeah, he's probably still at school. BoJack. So we were watching, I'm going to guess either episode 6 or 7.
Of season 2?
Yeah, season 2 of BoJack.
Let me look up the episode real quick.
Yeah. I wanted to just get to the last 2 or 3 episodes just because I was tired of shit, and the fact that we got as far as we did was a testament to me just being neurotic.
Oh yeah, episode 7.
Episode 7. There's a character named Mr. Hanky who's like a really powerful individual, and Eden winded up saying this sort of reminds me of somebody. So I'm just gonna say it. The some of the similarities between the Toon Critic situation and that being to speak out against somebody who's in a powerful enough situation, and how people are just more willing to go with the flow than, address the issue. Yeah, it's frustrating. It's also one of those things, if you have a complaint against somebody big, you have to sit there and consider how valid it is. Are they going to want to listen? Are their fans going to want to listen? Are your friends and fans going to want to listen? There have been times where I've had to do things the ass backwards, roundabout the way, just to make sure that nobody gets pissed off. And that's... You get so big, you have to do it the pain in the ass way. And anybody who tells you that they haven't done it the pain in the ass way is either incompetent or lying. I think.
Yeah.
If anybody has any questions about that down below in the chat, I'll try and address that as nicely as I possibly can. As nicely as possible.
Nicely, and I'll try to help him stay nice.
No, that we'll see. It's one of those things that when you're trying to speak out against somebody and you're like, oh yeah, no, I've totally got your back. And it starts to crumble, and it starts to feel more and more like an illusion. And how that episode... So it's, what, episode 7?
Yeah.
It was called Hank something or other, right?
I think it was the dirty hanky or something like that.
Yeah, the dirty hanky here. It's a season 2, episode 7 of BoJack Horseman. if you watch it, you'll probably, if you're familiar with the Toon Critic drama, you'll start to feel like a little bit of it'll feel familiar. It'll certainly feel fucking familiar.
Hank After Dark, that was it.
Hank After Dark, Reloaded Dice. Do I enjoy pissing people off? It depends on the people. Yeah.
Reloaded Dice, do you enjoy pissing people off?
Yeah, I just said it really depends on the people, doesn't it? I mean, if I'm not trying to piss off one of my friends and I do it, it depends how bad they're pissed and why.
Mm-hmm.
I've admitted it. I've actively gone out of my way to be a dumbass. We argue back and forth whether ice cream deserves whipped cream.
How dare you!
Indeed. Anyways, I'll have to rewatch. Watched it before the Toon stuff. Yeah.
It's surreal. It's really kind of shaking how it feels when you're seeing the similarities.
Let's see. Oh, FNGR, I made my promise. The darkstorm video is up. Okay, let's look that up. I haven't checked it out yet, so I'm gonna go out on a limb here, Darkus.
It has saved content for YouTube, Darkus, right?
Well, I'm assuming it has that. I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, it's on YouTube.
I'm going to include it in the thing here. The problem I have is that I haven't watched it yet, so I feel a little nervous about endorsing it. But I will take Darkstorm. I'm sure one of my friends will make a look at it. No. I'm sure it's YouTube safe. That's not my point.
Yeah.
The point is that
accurate or
yeah,
if it's well
once I'm putting it in the
researched.
description, I'm giving tacit approval.
Why don't you say when you're scripting it, by the way, I have not seen it. There may be contingencies in it or things I may not endorse. If so, I will remove it after.
Haven't seen
Something
it
like
yet.
that.
No, I'll probably just have to come back to it if I get the chance. If any of my fans or friends wind up making a remark about it. Let's take a look. 44 views, not bad.
Okay.
Smaller channel. Yeah, you half your sub average. Perfectly reasonable. Let's take a look. The problem with Billion Surprise Toy. A dragon reacts to crazy small pwn. No, thank you. So I feel like being a massive penis right now, and I want to give a shout out to somebody who failed. Somebody who failed masterfully, who was going to sit me the fuck down, who was going to own me, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is, 4 days later. This is me destroyed and owned by Big Z, Little D, Beating a Dead Horse, FNGR, and Eden. 185 views. Do you feel destroyed? I feel destroyed. Out of 3.4k subscribers. Do you know what that is, Z? That is somebody who got big off of fucking goddamn Let's Reacts. Trying to
By the way,
in...
CD, I'm not a part of this.
No, I know. Sorry, just being a penis there. I just had to get in a crack there. I was in the middle of scripting for something like that. I'm probably going to spoof on something of one of Lightning Bliss's tweets that's going to be. Are you going
to make that joke I made the other night in call?
I forget.
I'll let me type it to you.
Yeah, no, I haven't gotten a chance. No, I didn't assume there was any lewds in it, Darkus. And if it is, I'm assuming you would have done YouTube right. You would have pushed the envelope too far. Live reacts to it. Oh no, the remark is it when someone does, like, they're watching it stream, they put their face in the corner there, and that's a Let's Reactor. A Let's Watcher. The bane of YouTube. People who don't make any content of themselves and making silly faces, which actually isn't covered under fair use. Legally,
really?
Yeah, not legally. Yeah, when I'm trying to remember, H3H3 had their case and they won one of their things under fair use that the court found is that not all forms of Let's Reacts, because you have to give some kind of substantial thing that makes the piece transformative. FNGR this week is nothing special, but next week I'm hoping to do a video on Latex Sparks because I got inside info. I do remember Latex Sparks. Is that the guy that we were covering with you, me, Armada, and Chambers, right? I'm assuming. Which I will not be going anywhere near that Twitter right now.
Is it,
at all.
Latex Sparks? That just screams perversion, Jesus.
Oh, you know what? If it was just perversion, I wouldn't be over here talking about it. Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah,
it's a kid diddler!
Unfortunately. We were just saying knock it off just because I assumed, look, I know you have no content, you just fucking start over. No? Okay, so you're going to keep going. We were looking at his Twitter. And my shit went down for 3 months. So yeah.
Oh, he's the guy that caused it. Ouch.
Well, theoretically, my stupid ass trying to look on Twitter and assuming that it was all cool. Speaking of which, let's kill Twitter.
Good idea.
Yeah, just for the hell of it. Here we are again, down the rabbit hole we go. I don't have anything like that this week, thankfully. I don't believe. Nobody's brought anybody new to my attention. Nobody had any complaints. Logic seemed like he was cool with the last little clip I used. I don't get any complaints from Goldie, so I assume he's cool. That's a bad assumption perhaps to make. My sanity with the Darkstorm video got to me. I think I was still fucking focused on Antonius. When the darkest, not the darkest thing, the Darkstorm thing. Sorry, it's very unfortunate that your name's a little close to that, and that's not your fault.
By the way, Reloaded Dice, I like your icon because it's Toffee from Star Versus, and Toffee is magical.
Just noticed that. Reloaded Dice, I do like that. Fucking love it. I'm picturing basically if you had an animated intro, it would just be dice being popped against the wall or something like that. Maybe rolling over to a snake eyes or something.
Ooh.
Yeah. So.
Oh, like
Yeah, Toffee is best girl. Okay.
Wait, Toffee's.
If you know something I don't, no spoilers. No spoilers. Reloaded.
Are we on like what, season 2 still?
Yeah, we only ever got that far. Stop reading my mind. Yeah, I don't. If they go down that route, I'll find out if I ever bother getting back to it. A dang latex dragon who gave 20 slaves on Twitter. Yeah, no.
Slaves? What?
If you go back about 3 months, I kind of vaguely covered it on Fan and Frenzy. That's when basically Pops was still hanging out. She kept giving me a hard time when I had to keep yanking the stream down.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not good streaming material. I can't stress that enough. Chasing after minor attracted persons on Twitter is not the way to build out your YouTube. If BitChute ever fucking opens, I don't think BitChute allows porn either, so that'd probably be a bad idea too.
No, they do. They have a very explicit NSFW section from what I saw when I joined. That's what they said at the bottom. Like, it was a rating.
Okay. I know they're really cool about fucking goddamn copyrighted stuff. There's like I said, when I had to go look up that Third Man video from Razor Fist, it was missing on YouTube, it was missing on his main channel, but BitChute still had it.
Oh, it did.
So I downloaded it immediately, and I was like, hey, just in case, I can't let this video go in the garbage. I can't let
He talks so fucking fast!
He's the speed metal of ranters. That's what a rant is to me. It's either fast or angry or both. That's why I was a little annoyed when Common said he's like, I'm doing a rant on Heist Guardian Spice, and I was like, if you're gonna sound like you just woke up, I don't feel like it's a rant. If you're gonna be like kind of just scroll through it. I know it was successful as hell. I'm just being a nitpicker. Don't pay any attention.
Oh yeah.
Especially since
I know.
Really good.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine.
I know how it is when you're just waking, like how it feels to sound when you're just waking up. I did the live stream reaction thing on my video to that video that person that we just mentioned earlier did, and I was tired as hell. Oh my god, that was a shitty video.
I'm trying to think if there's anything I need to fucking focus on. But yeah, I'm probably gonna do a weird, goofy meme on fucking Bliss because of the character redesign.
I will say I like the character redesign, but what bothers me is the tail, and like I don't like the tail and how it has the outline around the rainbow because it makes it just look like a piece of paper attached to it or something, or just it looks like an attachment and it doesn't look as natural and organic. I mean, I love the redesign. I love how she fixed the goggles. Like those are really freaking bugging me, but yeah, no, the tail is the one thing that bothers me, and the colors are a bit too dull. I mean, I like how they're not bright neon hurting my eyes anymore, but now it's like, it kind of...
Oh, wait, I want to do this. I was going to consider making this, which I still might do, just because, Lux, when I glanced over at your stuff, and you feel free to answer this, for, what's the name of the animation series that Lux has? Luximus?
Oh, why the hell can't I remember? What the fuck? I love this series.
And the following shout out goes to someone else, apparently. But
shut up! No, I remember the series. Alistair,
There it is, Alistair and Melody, which I'll...
Alistair and Melody, that's it. Yes.
Here, 1 second. Let me grab a...
I fucking hate myself because I love that series. Why couldn't I remember?
Okay, so I'll just give a clip to that in the description.
Luximus, forgive me.
Luximus. Okay, so here's the theme. If you're looking to probably get more of a... And this is just my little fucking, work smarter, not harder. It feels like you're working harder, not smarter. Have you considered maybe doing a webcomic? Because I know it takes an obscene amount of time to do animation. And if you might get away with just doing art and having the voiceovers for it, if basically you built up people who are more interested in like 3 panels or however damn long, people would start to look forward to the animations as special occasions. You'd be able to flesh out and build a bigger world where you didn't have to put as much animation into it or put more in the lore, and more people would show up with more depth. The animation is naturally good. I can't give you any advice on that. You could do like a visual novel. Yeah, that would work. I know Tommy Oliver was beating his head against the wall trying to do that with his book or whatever the fuck. I gave up trying to figure that out. No offense to Tom if he ever sees this, which I doubt he will. I just found the animation to be more speedy than a comic book. Okay. If you could ever find somebody who could maybe coincide, do like a comic along the side there. I'm
trying to learn animation. I mean, I could try and assist with some things. It would also help me learn. Okay,
don't get too pushy. But anyways, what anime are we talking about now? Oh, no, yeah, I was talking about Luximus's animation. I include them at the bottom of the discussion or description here. If you want to check it out, she has a series called Alistair and Melody. I was saying that it might have been better prudent to, or at least have alongside, to have a webcomic. I made the same remark about Growing Around for John Enner. But then I found out he kind of sort of did have some kind of book thingamajig with that. I plan to patch Al and Mel to Netflix. I don't know how that will turn out. Again, I'd probably try the webcomic, try to add different characters and see how people react to that. Did you dip, Eden?
No, I'm right here.
Oh, I'm assuming Leo...
Oh, Leo left the conversation.
No, that's fine.
Oof.
I don't know what Netflix's standards are. I'd have to probably ask around.
I'd support it if it goes by its standards and it can do well.
What would... Again, this would be great if Lux were around. Lux, are you even available? Because I guess we could do an interview about that if you wanted to pop in stream.
Oh, dude, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to Lux in forever.
I was going to hum the Jeopardy theme, but I forgot how it goes. Do. There it is. And there's a reason why people don't do it. FNGR, who is your favorite Avenger? Nighthawk. Whatever his name, the bow guy, kinda. Or Iron Man. That's off the top of my head. I'm sure there's other ones. Sure, I guess. I'm in the room with my roommate, but she's watching something. Alright. Well, hopefully it's not copyrighted. Or loud enough. Luximus. Bunk. There we go. They're in the stream now.
Hello?
Hello?
Mr. Obama?
Don't.
Lux. She might be setting up her laptop or something.
Yeah, might be. We'll be having someone joining us within the moment, hopefully, maybe. That face. Yeah, it's an interesting face. Is that like from Mr. Magoo?
I had to press the button.
It's okay. Say, Lux, so if you're doing that, if you were to try and sell it to Netflix, what would be your average episode length?
This is a good question.
It's almost like a podcast all the time. Just kidding.
I would think that 15 minutes would be an average episode.
Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming...
It's like a mini-series.
Yeah, I don't know Netflix's standards, but I don't know if anything gets on Netflix without, like, you know, a standardized 20 or 30 or how many minutes. I'm assuming since it's...
That's for them to decide. That's after they look at how each episode is presented and see if anything will fit the mark or not. It also depends on how good of an idea it is.
Well, that's another
And, like,
thing.
if they want to actually like put a lot of money into it, then they're going to put longer videos.
Yeah, I do know. Oh,
Yeah, hold up. Lux, if you did have more funding, first things first, what would you need it, and what would it go towards? What if you let's say you were handed a $10,000 check or a $100,000 check? What sort of things would you most add to your animations?
Well, one of the first things I would try to do is get more animators on the team.
How many do you have at present?
Just me.
Oh, okay. So yeah. If anybody down below, yeah, animators are really hard, few far and in between to come by.
They are specific animators that I kind of want on the team because they have to be people that are going to replicate my style and, are willing to keep up along with me. I have like 5 animators in my head right now. I've asked like 2 of them, and both have said that they were busy.
Oh,
and
well, if you're really worried about it, just send
I've offered to pay if I ever like had the money. They said that they still would consider it, I guess.
I have an idea if you want, Luximus. If you're only limiting yourself to 5 animators, it's not going to do. What you could do is you could put out a ad for a demographic and be like, hey, I need do a contest. Hey, can people emulate my art style? And the top, however many people do it, will be on the project if they can also animate.
I did that at one point.
Well, here's an idea.
I actually did do that at one point, and no one really came close. So,
well, keep beating
that.
a dead horse. Like, make a standard, like, 1 or 2 minute clip that you could detach at the end of your videos. Make it like a little repetition thing. Like, oh, hey, by the way, I'm still looking for more people. If you're interested in this series and you're looking for it to grow, here's some of the things I can do. Or if you don't want to do that much, here's my Patreon. Meme it up a little bit where you're slowly pushing, like, the image of Patreon across the screen. You're just going to put it here. No pressure.
I do have something I wanted to say. I do know that there was one series on YouTube that did in fact get on Netflix, so her idea isn't out of the realm of possibility. There was a series I started on YouTube called Ever After High, and it was a good series about like fairy tale characters as a next generation, like Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, all these different characters, and Netflix took it on, and it's been eaten up, has toys on the shelves and Toys R Us and everything, so, and it's like a 15-minute miniseries and everything, so her idea isn't out of the realm of possibility, but I do think that your animation, for the time being, doesn't look like it would be on TV at the moment because it does have some like rough lines. It has like some sketches here and there. It's really, really good, but sometimes they do look for certain amounts of like shading and different details. And I think that if you like get a team of people who help you with this, I think it really could work. I just think that it will take a bit of time. I suggest doing different avenues, maybe try contests, try different interactive things with the crowd.
Well, hold it. On that note, just don't make that it's like the idea of doing a Q&A exclusive video or, an announcement video. Put it on briefly at the end of your regular content where people mention it offhand. Hey, this is still a thing. That's why a lot of content creators will mention their Patreon over and over again, but they'll put it at the end. Just make sure that as long as you have dedicated fans, hey, just remind people you're looking for this thing. You want it to grow.
And you keep doing a little bit of updates every now and then of the progress of each episode.
This is my current roadblock if you're looking for it to grow. Again, I have a series that I'm going to be kicking off relatively soon, either this week or the next, most likely the next. Yeah, no, I'm doing my Dr. Wolf series, WUFF.
Oh, no.
Yeah, think Dr. Wolf meets DWK. It'll have Bernie Inspector doing the voice of Dr. Wolf. As for Fluttershy, that person wishes to remain anonymous. I've paid
I did do...
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Were you gonna finish?
Yeah, no. I'm looking to pay artists and potentially VAs if they want to do it for free. That's cool. But if I can start making enough, I'm definitely going to be paying for the art. Bubba Boo, the artist who did some of my more recent poses, did the Dr. Wolf art, and it looks fantastic. Holy shit, it looks so good.
You'll have to show me in PM later.
Oh, I want that to be a surprise. That's going to be episode. It's going to be episode 100 of How Not to Bernie, and it'll be at the start. outside of like maybe the intro, but it'll be right at the beginning. You guys will know what you like. Definitely make sure that when that video comes out to leave positive or negative feedback and be like, this is what I need to see. It'll probably rough around the edges. There'll be a lot of room to improve.
Ooh, Echo's just hard. You want VAs.
Let's see. A question.
Also,
I went into like a bunch of research on like what it takes to pitch an idea to a producer or something. And I don't know, there was a lot of mixed information that I found out. Some said that I shouldn't have to start drawing anything or animating anything because even that will be expensive and it'll be a time waster depending on if, you know, someone will actually want to buy the show or not. And then I've had more people say, you like, just at least have an idea, or if you can, get a following of it first, and then it'll grow due to popularity from there.
Okay.
So there's a lot of different routes I can take with that one, though. For me personally, I'm just taking the YouTube route. I'm taking the freaking Adventure Time route with it, and I don't know if that's going to end up well or not. I'm still proud of the way I do it. I'm still proud of how, you know, I'm presenting it. I'm not proud of how long it's taking me, but, you know, college still expects most of me, so that's one of the factors as to why.
But you're going to college for animation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you ever get the opportunity, just make sure that you'll go with what's important. You'll have to make that decision for yourself. I can't give you advice on that. Are you keeping in touch? Have you tried talking with any animators at your school? Or perspectives?
No, I haven't really found... I haven't really found any actual, like, animators in school. Like, all the classmates that I've had to deal with so far are, you know, students of other majors. Because I'm still really early to the whole college game. I'm not in animation classes yet.
Try asking teachers if there's an animation class and if you could talk to their students, because you're doing a independent project and you would like to have people who would help you.
Okay, so hold it. So, this is one of my former patrons. Blake Diamond basically just needs a GoFundMe. I'm throwing it up. This isn't mine. I haven't even checked it out yet. I'm going to assume this is YouTube safe and take a chance here, Blake. And if not, I'm going to be yelling at you. Jesus.
I'll give you a couple bucks, Blake.
Duh.
There is one teacher here that is like a Hollywood executive, I guess. She's pitched ideas, she's worked with producers, and she's worked with people who make movies. I could talk to her, I guess.
I know someone who has connections to Funimation if you want. She knows Tara Strong and such.
I'm trying to put in the sign in. Tell you what, I will throw this in the room, see if you guys can.
You know what's scary about pitching an idea to Netflix, though, is that you don't know what kind of power they're going to give you depending on if your idea is good or not. If they do take some power away from me, that means I'm going to have to take away some of the power from the people that are already in the group.
I understand.
And part of the project.
Has anyone checked that link to see if it works?
I'm checking it right now. I have to sign in real quick.
Yeah, do you have to sign in to see this shit?
Yeah, you do. For me, anyways, it's sending me to the sign-in page.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me get my verification code off my phone because it's being stupid. Verify. Okay.
People have told me that I have a good voice for voice acting. I would bet down for the connections.
Okay.
Whatever the hell that is.
Sorry.
Moot.
Alright. Let me go back to this GoFundMe. I am signed in, so there should be campaigns.
I love how we got into this just because we were criticizing Bliss's redesign.
This isn't...
Well, I'm doing it more as a meme.
I know.
I'll tell you what. I'll blank the screen so I can pull it up. I'm doing this as a joke, not to be taken seriously. Let me get to it.
Help Joe. What's it called? Help Joe get home.
I didn't get that far into scripting though with that. Let's see.
It's not linking me to the actual GoFundMe. Oh wait, I found it for Blake.
Does it link then? If you're signed in?
Yeah, it doesn't link you right to it. For some reason, it links me to other campaigns on the main page. I have to type in the name of the GoFundMe, but I'll read it out loud for the audience.
No. Could you link me it so I could put it in?
You linked it before. I could have swear, but for some reason, when I pressed the link, maybe there it is. Okay, you probably just did. It probably was a bit broken or something. But help Joe get home.
You know, I see some people saying that they want to try voice acting in the chat. That's gonna bring me onto a topic.
Go ahead.
Go ahead if you like. Go ahead and try voice acting. It's fun and it's an experience for you to try out. But don't do it just to get into a friend's show. You know, I've had way too many people come to me saying, hey, I want to play a character. Hey, I want to play... I've even had KP herself come up to me and say, hey, I want to audition for a character.
Luximus. You got to give people an opportunity. I mean, I know someone...
Hold it. No, you don't. It's your goddamn project. You absolutely don't have to give people an opportunity.
The reason why I chose the specific people... to play the characters already in the show is because I found their voices and their talent to match up with the characters.
Yeah,
that's
fine. No, that's not what you're also missing another thing here. Is it Luximus' series has less than a handful of characters?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you don't. You absolutely don't.
No, I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying if people are new, at least give them a listen.
You can direct them to someone who needs them.
Yeah.
But considering Luximus's limited area, it would be kind of a waste of time. Now, if there's somebody out there that's looking, you can redirect them to somebody that needs them. But Lux herself would not be obligated, nor would it even be a wise move.
No, I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying at least listen what they have. You know, don't just absolutely brush them off.
But they're going to have to resubmit that to whoever the hell's looking for it anyways. So it's not necessary for Lux to do that, though, is what I'm saying. It's counterproductive. Be like, hey, look, this is someone that's looking. Here's where you would go. I wouldn't know that off the top of the head because I'm not in the know.
Well, I know someone, I'm in a group chat for someone in Ginga Ninja on YouTube, and she does this project called Nuzre, and she puts out voice acting auditions for literally anyone to join, even if they're inexperienced, and she'll sometimes give people a break who are absolutely really new to the whole industry, and her work is really good.
I understand, I understand that, but Luximus' such a situation is a bit different than Ginga Ninja? Ginga Ninja. Yeah, it's a different animal. Look, if you're an animator and you're just starting off, or you're inexperienced in the know and you have your shit together, by all means. I'm not saying that Lux does or doesn't. I wouldn't know. I'm assuming Lux knows more about it than me. My 5-cent opinion is just that. There are suggestions that may or may not work. But to say that she has to, I'd be concerned about the wording there. Anyways.
Well, for me, it would be kind of a waste of time if I already know the kind of voice that I want to play for the characters. I don't have to write up an entire script for people that have a completely different voice. Yeah. In fact, I've pretty much casted everybody that I needed.
I have a better one.
Save for one, but
if you're ever looking to do kind of a meme thing, it'd be like, hey, this is Luximus. Have you ever had this problem? And then you would just have KP or one of your friends going on, I could use a role. Does this sound like if you're an animator, does this sound like your situation? Yeah, it's like an April Fool's joke or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you the punchline, but I'm sure that sounds like something that would get views, that, you know, your friends would take in good heart if you deliver it well, which I'll leave to you to figure out how to do. There you go, Blake. I ended up sending the proper GoFundMe, in spite the earlier flub. I was like, I'm pretty sure you don't need to be signed in.
Yeah, I'm going to say right now, I don't need any guy characters, okay?
Okay.
I'm good on that.
That was an offering.
Yeah,
I'm just. She's like, well, you can't. She's like, well, you can't come. Yeah, you can't come into the clubhouse. I wasn't asking to. Just it's like that came off as awfully.
Yeah. No, I didn't. Yeah, no, I didn't mean to make it sound like that. I'm sorry. I just.
No, I took it the wrong way from Lux too. Don't be offended. She's like, no guy characters, and I was like, wait, let me check down there. Yep, nope, I'm a guy. Jesus. Don't go Eric Cartman on me. You can't join. Well, I don't want to. You can't join.
You know, the people that I say to people that ask me if they can be in the show, I tell them that they can all voice Melody, and she's mute anyway.
That's fantastic.
Then everybody gets the role.
There's a running gag you could do there for, like, you know, after you do the whole thing, like either do it on a side channel or something like that. Or you give me permission, I'll do it. We'll get somebody to fucking like do like a mental internal monologue of Melody, and the running gag will be it's a different voice every episode.
That was funny.
No.
Hey, look. You could tell me no. I'm just saying that sounds like something that you could do if you were looking like, if you wanted to stretch out the content. That might actually get more views than the actual, because people like goofy shit. People like wacky.
I know who did that already though.
Oh.
There's a have you ever heard of Egg's Guide to Minecraft? Well, there's a running gag in it that every other episode there's a voice inside of the main character's head that changes.
The idea that came to my mind is Bullock in Family Guy. The baby has freaking Avery's voice from American Dad.
Are you serious?
Picard, yeah. It has Picard's voice from Next Generation.
Oh, or like that one episode where Meg like has that monologue, like a Christmas Story, but it's a male's voice in her head. That would be funny.
Yeah.
Like you just have an older male voicing Melody.
Well, no,
and then you go to a child, and then you go to like all these different character ranges. A French guy. Look
at it this way, Lex. You don't have to take any of the ideas, but if you're ever looking for an April Fool's idea, just a thought.
I've already got multiple April Fool's ideas in my head.
It's been a while since
I'll
I've done
consider
one.
it, I guess.
Yeah.
Dude, that first April Fool's video that I did, that got everybody, including my staff members.
Oh, I love that video.
Anthony didn't even want to do it at first. Until I told him what we're going to do, and then he said, yes, let's do it.
Oh, Anthony C?
Yeah.
The time where I got Anthony C to do a fucking to sing a part for You've Been Trolled, he started asking me like cadences and notations for like the song thing, and I'm having a nervous breakdown. I'm like, Corpulent, is he fucking with me? And he's like, yes, he's fucking with you. Oh, okay. I don't know what these singing terms are. Mm. You know, if you do have a cat OC, you should have a pause for a thing for the yawn.
If you do that, you should have just a gif of Fluttershy screaming.
There was a picture or something like that where it was a little dog puppy or something like that. It said, "You'll have to speak up. I'm just out of the shower," and it's what I pictured for your OC.
I don't think I know that. You'll have to show that to me.
I felt like if I have to dig through your PMs, it'll take like a half hour because we like have long ass damn discussions.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Did I just realize ZDD is gonna be pissed that I'm talking to both you and both of you too.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, if he gets pissed and he dumps you because
let me hold it. Let me quote Dr. Horseshoes. Fuck him. Yeah, fuck him.
Fuck it allism. Take a big old dose of fuck it all.
Oh god, what do you think of You ever see Salmonella Academy, Lux?
No.
Oh my god.
Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, so first things first.
Oh, I'm not kidding.
No, it's so good.
It's so funny.
Is it an anime?
No, well,
it's a YouTube. Okay, you know grade A under A, right?
Yeah.
So Salmonella Academy is like extra credits meets grade A under A. There's a little bit of history in there, but it's mostly just the guy being, you know, a dumbass, and it's so good.
I know the perfect video to show her. Hang on a
the
sec.
pirate ones.
No, I was thinking
scared
of the
to watch.
Swiss Miss episode.
I'm scared to watch.
Swiss Miss was funny as hell.
Yeah, but that one doesn't really teach you any damn thing. So.
Yeah, the pirate ones is pretty
Yeah,
funny, I guess.
I-
Or the ones with vegetables or foods that you didn't know could kill you.
Oh, is that with the one with like the photoshopped images moving around on screen?
No, it's like stick figures. Why it sucked to be a pirate, for example. There's the channel. Yeah, Salmonella Academy.
So
when I was at BC and I was bored, freaking goddamn, we're waiting on our pizza. Freaking that creepy reading was showing me this. I'd seen it before, but then I ended up like watching a bit more than I already had.
Alright, I'll look at it later, I guess.
They're very quick and they're very addictive. So even your biggest mistake, your biggest hang up will be like, oh fuck, I went through it all. And it's a wonderful. You'll be angry as an animator, going, well, this guy's using stick figures and he's getting millions of views. But sometimes you gotta.
Well, I don't really get mad at that. Honestly,
it is funny.
Yeah. It is, and that I can give kudos to. It's rare that you can like use little to no amount of animation and be hilarious with it. That's kind of where the content part comes in.
Oh, he's
with my content.
Oh yeah, no,
with my content,
great personality.
with my content, my skill point is just being a good drawer.
Well, you do have good voice actors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think another person who does really good views and like minimal illustration is the Odd Ones Out. Like his is kind of like little blobs.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like
He's a storyteller, though. His life is more interesting than mine. So that's his strong point.
I was thinking of being a storytime person like him and Jaden and Katsu, but I'm like, my life isn't that good.
From what I heard, and I'm probably I don't want to off-put anybody. From what I originally heard, that's how Leafy fucking got started. He'd tell silly, stupid stories when he fucking goddamn started his show. It was from Sean and
I thought he
Jen.
started through Minecraft.
Yeah, there was a guy named Sean and Jed. He's a social justice warrior on YouTube, and it's funny enough. The guy I used to hang out with named Asher gave him to me, and he's like, "What? Oh no, yeah, I found that one on my own." He's like, you know, I think the problem with Leafy is he probably just ran out of stories to tell, so he started fucking with people instead.
Who is Leafy?
Leafy is here, the biggest douche on YouTube.
Oof.
Yeah.
Literally the biggest douche on YouTube.
He's not there anymore. He kind of went away.
I'm sure he still makes videos. Let's look.
Oh no.
It's been years since he's made a video.
Leafy.
He's probably either went to another channel, escaped, or fucked off to another universe.
Pretty much the new head of like the commentary community at this point is Pyrocynical.
No, Pyrocynical's brother. 8 months. Yeah, it's dead. He's dead, Jim.
Yeah. That or, well, I guess I can't say it, but Wild Spartans was up there for a while, but he started doing Reddit videos instead.
Bigger than Logan Paul. I don't.
You
know, the funny thing is, I never heard of Logan Paul till the stupid shit went down. I had no idea who he is. No idea till the fuck I saw that, and I went out of my way not to really watch him. I was like, well, I didn't care about him beforehand. I think I'm already doing the right thing here, so.
Red Scum died down too.
I don't. You know what's funny is even after dating you and hearing you say stuff, commentary community is commentary community that, I still don't know what the commentary community even is.
Well, there's to break that down. The CC, there's two branches. There's the big major one where there's actually people who can make money and make a living, and then there's the what's the remark that the original name for it they had was called the slideshow community or some shit like that. It's like where like the Ryan Reno Mills and the Doodle Tones and the people who got wrecked by fucking goddamn Menaker, basically, which I ended up getting myself in trouble with.
Yeah.
Directly as a result of that. That's all my fault. Not gonna put it on anybody else. I'll still bitch a kid.
You know who's like the Anthony C of the commentary community?
Who?
His name is Colossal the Clown or something.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Colossal is crazy.
Yeah, Colossal is crazy.
I saw
That
Colossal's Crazy's
Yeah.
video on fucking that's where I got that clip of Basherverse screaming "Leave me alone." And when I was splicing fucking Performance Mage's face over this, and I was like, "This is not going to be cool. People are going to be angry at me." And I literally the folder I put it in is like too much, is what I called it. And I was like, "People are going to be pissed. No one's going to appreciate. Nobody bitched." I was like, "Oh, thank God."
Did you watch Colossal's video on Fusi?
I thought he stopped. Isn't he a dead channel too?
Well, what, Fusi or Colossal?
Colossal.
Colossal has like barely any videos.
He's kind of dead at this point, but he did a really good job with his videos.
Oh yeah, no, Colossal's Crazy was interesting enough.
He always had like a job that he had to go to. YouTube wasn't his main job.
You know what I was thinking about this at work, and I like coming back to dumb shit because I'm a neurotic dumbass and I'm crazy. For everybody who bitched about Ryan Reno Mills from the CC, I'm going to say something that'll probably piss everybody off if you don't like him. If you could have took Ryan's brain and personality and put it in Toon Critic, there would have been no problems.
Ouch.
He would have been just as charismatic. He would have got along with everybody. He would have paid back all his debts. He wouldn't have sexually harassed anybody, and if he did, it would have been fucking so minusculely small by comparison. Infinitesimal. I've never heard any of his exes come forward. All the stuff that I ever heard about was like secondhand people taking offense on someone else. So I was like, okay, so there would have been no problems. And there is so much hate. Don't get me wrong, like Ryan has a way of pissing people off. But by comparison, if you look at CC problems versus Brony problems, not even in the same fucking league, not even in the same sport. Okay,
Chambers told me that the CC had a pedophile issue a couple months back. Or no, wait, that was the anti-SJW community.
Yeah, I don't know anything about all that. There was somebody I might have heard something from the DA ranting community. Again, not the person to ask. Way out of my...
I can ask Junkie.
The last thing I need is to have fucking goddamn, what's his name, Digbeak show up screaming at me. Won't you talk about my community? No, sir. I'm good. I'm behaving.
I can ask Junkie real quick. What do you want
I
to know?
don't think so. I don't think there's probably... The biggest thing that they had that was over there was fucking what's-his-face, and that turned out to be false. Yeah, and which is all false as far as I know. CC is better at hiding things. I'd probably equate that to the anime community. Is the CC better at hiding things? Yes and no, because you kind of know what CC's hiding. That's how they got busted the times that they did.
There's always someone in the CC that doesn't shut up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. Are you kidding me? It's a little harder to get, but here's the thing that defeats the CC on that part. It's really clicky, so when they throw somebody out, if you're in one of those select groups and you're happy that you're in the pillow fort, just keep an open mind and keep a recorder going. So when they throw you out, you get even. You can get even.
Oh, yeah. Isn't Foxwell in the CC, and you told me not to trust him because he's a blabbermouth?
Well, thanks for saying that in the stream, but... I mean, it shouldn't come as a massive surprise. I said that a long time ago. Point stands. But,
I'm sorry, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I haven't been saying that lately, as far as anyone could say. I haven't been involved in CC drama. The most I would say closest to that was Doug, and Doug's a renter. So no, technically, I'm not part of CC drama. It's a bit of a technicality, because I feel that there's a little bit of overlap with Douglas and the CC. They're familiar with one another. He's close enough. If I were going to describe Douglas, I would call him the I can't believe it's not CC of CC. You know how I can't believe it's not butter for whatever the hell it is.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The Steven Universe fandom is not the worst. I actually think the Undertale fandom is the worst, and I know because I've been in the Undertale fandom.
Well, here's the question though: does it really have a presence anymore until all the shit died down?
It's starting to.
There's a presence.
It's starting to pick back up because of the video game on the fucking Switch coming out.
Yeah, because I remember freaking Inspector Brony mentioned, he's like, well, we have one docky left from fucking what's it called?
Hey, Anthony.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a place called DeviantArt?
Yeah.
That's where you'll find the Undertale fans.
Actually, no, you will not. Most of the Undertale shit is Tumblr. Actually, they are horrible.
No. Okay, I'm gonna send you a video.
Oh no.
Called.
I'm not looking to start a fight with anybody who's from Undertale. I don't know enough. So yeah, yeah.
If I could list off the problems with Undertale, they're very possessive of their characters to the point they'll run a mob after you if you so much have a character with the same color eyes as theirs, aka Yiddish. You will have people coming after you. They ship a lot of incest. They ship a lot of pedophilia. They are very horrible. Like, they just have a lot of fucked up issues.
Well, I don't know. If you're drawing porn of skeletons, isn't that necrophilia too?
Oh no, well, but they'll draw.
I mean, in the realm of technicality, if you really want to piss the dog shit out of people, and this goes out to all those people from what's that really girly vampire show?
What?
The sparkly vampires.
Fucking Twilight.
Twilight. You want to really piss people off?
Yes.
Everybody who's into Twilight, if you're into the sex stuff, you're a necrophile.
Hey.
Technically, the best kind of correct.
Oh my fucking god.
What? Is they say undead. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I guess any vampire shipping is technically necrophilia in a way, maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Good
but,
Lord.
Yeah, no.
You do know, I think it's just uncomfortable. Anyways, moving right along.
I don't fucking know, dude.
Okay, fine.
I personally don't think the Steven Universe fandom is that bad.
Yeah, I think they had one bad incident, and then it just stained the fandom after that.
I don't really know anything about it.
But, like, the only, like, cringe-worthy thing that's going on in the Steven Universe fan right now is that there's just a lot of shipping going on. And even then, that's going to happen in a lot of different fandoms anyway.
Yeah, basically what happened is there was this one really bad incident where they drove a girl to attempt suicide because she drew a character. In the show Steven Universe, there's a very plump character named Rose Quartz, and this person's art style is slimmer body, so she drew the person with a slimmer body, and they gave her shit for saying she was body shaming to the point of driving her to attempt suicide, and it stained the fandom's reputation ever since.
And then it turned out Rose Quartz was Pink Diamond. Oh
my god! Dude, yeah. What kills me dead is that there was this one guy on YouTube who theorized that, like, a year or two ago. I bet he fucking rolled in his grave and was singing to the gods when that was revealed.
I don't think anybody saw that coming. Except for, like, the guys we thought were crazy.
No, there was literally one guy who actually theorized, like, 2 years ago when I was 17. No, wait, 2019, 87. No, wait, that's 3 years ago. My bad. 3 years ago that Rose Quartz is Pink Diamond. And he actually had a really full theory about it, and then it came out she's Pink Diamond.
I do want to mention this, since you guys are talking about really shit fandoms. I think Dark Scythe fucking hit it on the head. Did you know that there's a fandom for, Columbine shooters?
Oh, yeah.
There are fangirls out there who, like, fantasize over those two shooters from Columbine.
Yeah, I had a girl I knew in high school who had a crush. It was really bad. She wrote fan fiction. Let
me get you the magical video from Dark Scythe.
Metacritic
talked about, he's like, in the future, I'm going to make fun of everybody who winds up shooting kids and shooting themselves to discourage people. Dark Scythe went one step further. He fucking started making fun of the people who started making heroes and gods out of these people. And I was like, oh, that's screwed up. So this is a shout out.
So, wait, what fandom is this?
Remember the Columbine
fandom.
shooting? There's a literal fandom of fangirls for the people who did Columbine.
I don't know what Columbine is.
How do you not know what the fuck Columbine is?
I gotta ask that too, actually, but I'll ask nicer. There was a shooting back in the day in Columbine where there's these two kids, the Trenchcoat Mafia.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what that is either?
What, the Trenchcoat Mafia?
Yeah.
There
were
two
kids.
There were two. I might have an idea of what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, there were two kids who went into the school, shot it up and shit, and I think they shot themselves right afterwards. And there's a bunch of creepy kids who idolize, a lot of them girls, supposedly, because there's videos out there. Darkseid said it himself. He's like, I don't know if this is a creepy 12-year-old gamer girl who doesn't know how to wash or a creepy 30-year-old fucking pedophile. Either or, it's just as disturbing to me. Are these
just like creepy girls that came from like the creepypasta fandom? Because that's what it sounds like.
No, okay, so they are girls who like the bad boys, the edge types, a little too much, to the point that they like actual people in real life who did an actually bad thing, shot kids in a school around their age, and then themselves, and they idolize these people. Yeah. Maybe, I remember my friend Alex,
to
when I
anyone
went
in the chat, I included the link to Darkscythe's channel and the
Yeah.
video in question. It's right underneath Blake's GoFundMe.
I will say...
Go ahead.
I will say my friend Alex from high school, the reason she was into it, and maybe this is why they're into it, is because, emotionally, she connected to them because they were she was bullied, she was harassed, she was the outcast, she was angry, she felt some form of solace to these people, and that's not healthy considering what they did, but it's an explanation.
Right, because I emotionally connected with Hitler.
Okay, so again, I never want to cite Josh Scorcher, but you made me do it, where he's like, you know what makes me fucking stop listening to somebody? When they're like, I like Pepsi, and then someone goes, oh yeah? You know who also liked Pepsi? Hitler. And you're like, are we really gonna do this?
I mean, emotionally, I kind of connected.
Are you one of those people when you find out that Fanta was made by Nazis, you're like, oh, I can't drink it now?
Rocky would not like you.
Wow, that's salt, open wound. Please stop.
Wait, what? Oh, fuck, I forgot about that.
God damn it. Fucking... Alright, we're gonna move on.
I'm sorry. But yeah, no, in all seriousness though, there are some people who connect to some very dark, disturbing things. I know my friend, this is also the person whose favorite movie was A Clockwork Orange.
Hey, that's a good movie.
It is, but it was her favorite movie for the wrong reasons.
I mean, it's a wrong reason movie. There's no way about it. My friend Mike was fucking into that because he was all edgy, but he wasn't,
Well, I guess I wanted to talk because my favorite movie is Reboot the Genetic Opera.
You're not gonna go around cutting people up singing.
No!
Not that I know of. I mean, if your voice were good enough. I mean, if Crescendo Galaxy is like, I'm going to cut people up singing, and I'm like, well, you will be singing, right? I would never stop an artist from, maybe that time, but...
Anthony, goddammit, no, I like it because of the complicated plot and the storyline and the family feud, and I don't know, I like the music, okay?
It is a surreal, crazy-ass adventure, and fuck the
fun. It really is.
Yeah. Let's see, please watch the reanimated channel called Kashi and Obito Real Life. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, hey, I found a movie. It's called Zero Day, if you're interested. That sounds familiar.
That sounds familiar to me, too. Hang on a second. Time to do some research.
Alright, fine. I'll just
Zero
type in Zero Day.
Z button work!
Scary movie. Nothing Zero Day official music video. Looks like a Columbine thing.
There was one movie that friend made me watch one day.
All right, so...
and it was a really bad movie, but it wasn't like Birdemic bad. It was intentionally bad, and it was the most horrific thing I've ever seen. So, it was labeled as a comedy, but it's far beyond a comedy.
So I have to get myself into trouble here, and potentially everybody else in the call. You were talking about using the right gender for people, and respect isn't something given in Lost, right, Buttons or Eden? I'm going to give you a real tough one now. I'm going to give you a real tough one. Be ready.
I was saying that, I remember saying this in one story with you. With Lily, I mean, I don't approve.
No, I could do better than that. Oh, we're going to go way past Lily now.
No, I'm just saying that I don't approve of what the action of misgendering, but if you feel that's the action to take to show your distaste and dislike for what someone's done in order to tell them that you don't approve of it and need to get their shit together, then, I mean, sure, if they're deserving of the action, I guess. If they're just a random person who hasn't done anything wrong,
no,
then
that's fine, too. Yeah, no, I don't feel that, yeah. When I say earn, just don't be a dick. Is usually it. But there's the one I got into, it was, the guy's name was Not a Poker Chip Napsy, a.k.a. Asher. Mm-hmm. And the name in question, fuck you, phone, yeah. Are you familiar with Randy Stair?
No, I'm not.
Randy Stair is the one who fucking went nuts and he shot like 3 of his coworkers before shooting himself because he wanted to go to the world of what the hell was it? The ghost, the Danny Phantom, weird, crazy bullshit thing.
Please don't fucking tell.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. But here's the to quote Sargon, he's like, "You'll be rather surprised to find out when I'm calling him Randy Stair that I've just dead gendered somebody." And I was like, "Well, one, he's dead, so it can't be defamation. Two, does he deserve to be called the right thing?" And freaking Asher sat there and argued with me, and he's like, "I just don't feel comfortable." I was like, "No, you just don't want your fucking Tumblr friends to possibly look down on you, you know." And he's like, "Well, I know he's a piece of shit. That just don't give him any fucking respect. He murdered people because he was a psychotic nut job. He was sitting there giggling about having firearm shells and all this other crazy shit that you can find lots and lots of videos on. There's nothing in there to possibly respect or humor."
No, yeah, if it's a murderer, a rapist, a pedophile, fucking give them no respect. Just fucking, they don't deserve that. I'm sorry. Like, I don't approve of respecting people with that level. I mean, gender, if you are a normal, kind, respectful, amazing person, you deserve to be called your pronouns.
I can understand even if you've got some mental hiccups. You know, I can work with people as long as you're not screaming and yelling at me. Like if you're being, if there's some difficulties and shit that are floating around, I'll try and work with people. I'm assuming I'm not having a bad day as well. You know, I'm far from perfect. I'm perfectly capable of having.
And it's also not an issue if like you hiccup on the pronouns every now and then. Like you're still trying. I mean, that's the most important thing too. Like I don't know. I hate it when people get so mad at people. Like if they hiccup every now and then with the pronouns. Like I get it. It's you want to be called your pronouns, but I have had to learn myself. Like people have bitched and argued about it. It's like, hey, I'm a they them. I get the fucking worst of it. Like you have to be patient with people, and it's okay if you remind them every once in a while, but don't fucking bang them over the head and scream at them.
I got you. Back to Darkest here. You wanted Monkey Jones to cover Randy Stair, I'm guessing. It's kind of already Medicare already kind of did it. It'd be kind of old hat for fucking Monkey to dump back for it. I don't know how new or cutting edge. I've listened to Monkey's podcasts. They're decent. His actual content is for me. But if you like Monkey, you like Monkey. But yeah, I know Jones. Anything you guys are looking forward to recently? Something that's coming down the pipe, trailers or anything like that?
I don't have cable, so I don't really know any trailers, sadly.
Yeah. There was a weird point I remember from one of Pete's videos. The series he was citing was The Orbit. It's basically Seth MacFarlane's fucking retake on Star Trek. And he mentions in the third episode, all these people who left Star Trek were really happy until they wound up including transgendered. And he's like, it's very positive. I'm like, that's a very complicated episode. Theoretically, it's about a race of people who wound up converting girls to men because they saw women as weak. And I'm like,
that's kind of forced. That's not
no,
really
it absolutely
choice.
is. And I'm like, look, I don't want to misquote or say anything wrong, but that's a very complicated thing, and there's definitely a message that Seth is going in there. And I felt like as fast as Pete pulled it out and then left there, and I was like, I feel that there's some nuance and shit that you left on the cutting room floor.
I might watch that episode myself.
It's the third one. It does seemingly come out of nowhere. I stopped the one afterwards because they winded up showing like the couple that's in there winds up being angry afterwards, but it's not like the main focus of it. It's just like residuals, and I was like, I'm not sure I wanted it to continue as a side story. Like if it's the main one, I'm prepared to go along for the ride. I don't know. Maybe I just fucking got distracted because attention deficit disorder and I'm nuts.
No, I get it.
But I do mean to go back to it.
I think that the whole conversion by forcing was done better in that one Rick and Morty Unity episode. I think that it was the mob mentality of a hive mind and the struggles that it's facing, and I think that was actually really well put together. They
kind of went Clockwork Orange there, because if you notice, after those people got their freedom back, you started to see how a lot of them were awful people.
Oh yeah, no, like that was actually pretty interesting to see. Like I was very, I wasn't as shocked by the fact that they were bad, because I remember Unity like kind of saying, "Hey, we were bad people before. I fixed their lives." And then everything went to shit when they went back to normal, and it makes you wonder: is that true to real life or not?
The one, again, fine. I'm gonna get shit on for putting over Rick and Morty, since all the intelligent kids aren't allowed to do that anymore. The one that made me think was the toxin one, where he
Oh
fleshed out.
God, that one.
That one, I've gone back to that one so many times, and it would be cool to be able to do that about like people on YouTube. Here's a weird one. I would die to see what fucking both versions of Digibro looked like.
Ooh.
I would think that would be. That'd be interesting to see what Lily would look like in that situation.
I was just about to say.
Yeah, I wonder what Lily would consider her flaws and how they would look without them, and what the full-on flawed version would be. That would.
Alright, I gotta step out. I gotta go.
You're good to go,
Okay,
Lux. You've been
see ya,
more than
Lux.
cool. Sorry for keeping you as long as you did.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
See ya.
See ya.
So yeah, I think what she's actually told me in her chat, if I remember correctly, is her flaws, that she feels her insecurities and her toxins, so to say, even though she doesn't watch Rick and Morty. I think she left the chat.
Yeah.
I think what she considers her issues are like she trusts people too easily, she works herself too much, she doesn't accept help, she has a bit of a temper, she
Well, the problem with a lot of those is there's reasons for those to exist.
Oh yeah, no.
There's all kinds of reasons not to trust people, because you get yourself in all kinds of trouble. Those are built up for whether you like Pete or not. There's definitely reasons to keep,
No, she says she trusts people too easily.
Kind of, sort of, little bit.
I think I definitely have that issue. What would you consider your toxins?
Big mouth.
That's it?
Distracted easily. I think that's part of it too. Lack of motivation sometimes, and trying to build up grandiose. There's obviously other little things, but those are like the big ones where I feel like, without these, I would probably be able to improve on my output on life. Things would get better. I'd be more productive.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. What do you want out of life? And without these things, you would be more successful. I'd be more financially. So what would get me more money?
I think my flaws are very similar to Morty's. Along with my need for justice and sometimes having not being able to shut up a little bit with it.
That was a pretty bad boner there with the Rocky thing. Holy shit!
I'm sorry.
I
literally forgot about that for a moment. I was just thinking of the whole Nazi thing because that's his thing.
I forgot that
wait a
one of my bosses made the remark "pregnant fart" or some shit like that. I forget how it goes. It was like one of those ones like "shut up." I said something to like a manager at like one of the warehouses, and she's like, I was so terrified I couldn't even cough. I'm like, it's bad when you do that in front of your boss, and they're too fucking stuck in the deer in the headlights to say anything. You know you fucked up bad, but then I got away with it at the time.
Yeah.
I forgot what the hell it was.
I don't know.
There was a warehouse where I had a loss prevention spot, and there were so many like management positions that you kind of had your boss from like my department, but there was so many other people who were above you, and there was a lot of politics and juggling and shit. And that's the one I wound up getting canned because I left the keys in a door somewhere. It was a very complicated job. Yeah, you weren't bored. You were definitely, if you could interact and talk with people and stuff, you had an okay time. And
yeah,
usually all the security officers wound up giving the cleaning crew a hard time just because it seemed like tradition. It's not right.
My last job was fucking horrible. I was new to it, Church's Chicken, and I wasn't even there for a week, and they already treated me like I should know everything, and they didn't even let me finish my computer training. And every time I messed up something on my first task, they'd be like, "Why aren't you doing this right? It should be easy. This is just chicken." I'm like, "This is kind of my first job to do with chicken and all that. Like, didn't you work at McDonald's?" Like, okay, listen here. We are doing these biscuits from scratch. We are doing all of this from scratch. Actual cooking. McDonald's? You grilled a fucking burger, you put it on a bun and did some dressings, and you did some chicken nuggets in a fryer. Everything was done for you, basically.
No, I've worked at McDonald's. A lot of people have. I haven't worked at churches. I haven't been to churches in a long. I was back in college. I think it was probably second or third year at Eastern University, Charleston, that I was fucking at I managed to swing by a church's chicken just because I was starving, and we were doing mock trial for a class for no, it was mock UN. It was a political science course.
Okay.
And that sucked. That was the shittiest fucking whatever the hell.
Class or semester or course?
It was part of a course where I wound up having to come along, and just everything about that trip sucked ass, and I hated it.
Oof.
And I remember there being black ice on the roads on the way back home, so we were constantly worried about if we were going to slip off the road and die. I wound up riding back with the teacher.
Ooh.
And she's like, well, I hope I don't die. And I was like, I feel great knowing that my instructor is saying that. And she's like, what? I'm being honest. I was like, no, I'm not yelling at you. I appreciate your candidacy and your honesty, but at the same time, holy shit. I mean, I'm not going to jump up and down after fucking Scooby-Doo after the cartoon biscuit after you told me.
Oh my god.
And that was the end of the trip. Everything else was just holy fuck balls. Yeah.
I will say that when I went to Church's Chicken last night, like to get some tater tots and corn after I went to go get soda, because it's a convenience store and it's connected to it, they gave me the dirtiest look when I was ordering food, and they didn't give me the right amount of food. I think they were being salty or something, because I asked for a...
Yeah, I tend, there's a McDonald's, the one I worked at, I'd never go back to. I never go back to that specific one just because I couldn't stand. It was an okay place until I wound up taking the third shift, and I got like all the most miserable customers after that. That was a fucking mistake.
What was the third shift again?
It was like fucking like 9 or 10 until whenever the fuck you got off in the morning.
Oh yeah, that shift. I've had that a couple times.
Don't ever do fast food for a place that keeps up all hours of your night. Like you'll get those interesting, funny, stoned people that are kind of really cool at the window, and everybody else is just a miserable ass.
I remember there was one lady who told me, "Oh yeah, no, that's our food." I'm like, "Are you positive?" "Yeah." And then she asked for it, and I gave it to her. And they're like, "Yeah, that wasn't her food." "What?" I asked her if that was her food. "Yeah." "She was drunk." "What?" "Well, no, she's in the backseat." "Okay."
I have a fun story.
Ooh.
I was right outside like a comic book shop with my friends, and just as a joke, and this was illegal, duh. They were calling out for somebody's order, and I said, "That's me." I grabbed it, went out the front, and jumped in the car. My friends jumped out. "You didn't order anything?" "No, I didn't."
Oh my god!
I just did it because it was so fucking on the money. I don't know. I was in the moment, and I went for it, and I just gave them because I was like, "Yeah, this hamburger has ketchup on it. I ain't eating it."
Took someone's food?
Well, I'm sure look, here's the whole thing. It went from McDonald's to my hands, meaning I'm sure whoever paid for it got their shit. That would have been a McDonald's loss. And
yeah.
Yes, that was before I got hired.
Oh, that okay.
Different McDonald's too on top of that, so.
Oh my god. I will say I hate how much waste they have. Like, there would be really good food that you could eat that, like, a customer didn't want anymore, or it was just one little mistake. No, you had to throw it out. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, right, so I have a tip about that. If they fuck up your hamburger and they turn around for, like, a split second, if you could get the patty and throw it in the bag real quick, and give them back.
I used to steal the nuggets and fries.
Oh yeah, no, me too. I'd take whatever the most expensive hamburger I could when I was there. Fuck it.
They had a rule where you couldn't order like a double quarter pounder or like anything with bacon or anything. Like you couldn't order specific things, and like so every time you got food, you were never getting enough to fill you. Well, okay, I mean I was obviously filled, but you could get like a Big Mac, but you couldn't get like a double. You couldn't get a double burger. You couldn't get for some reason anything with bacon. And at the not the inauguration, the consultation? No, the where you go to get training. Orientation. When you go to orientation, they're like, "Oh yeah, you get free ice cream too." But then you start working, it's like, "Yeah, no, we're not giving you ice cream." But they said we can. Too bad. Oh, okay.
There was plenty of shit I got to pinch while I was working there. Plenty of fucking goddamn shit that I got more than I should have.
Now I want McDonald's.
I want something. I want some kind of cheap crap fast food. Maybe some Chinese food. I want some fucking pork stickers or whatever those things are called. And
pot stickers.
Yeah, some chicken kebabs and.
Oh, pot stickers are like the best. I had them
everything
the other day.
That would wreck your fucking stomach in the morning. That's what I want. I want a big old fucking like pound to 2 pound thing that I could shove back in the fridge when I'm done eating and come back to it later. Vegan McDonald's, kiss my ass.
Ooh, I might get Taco Bell.
You'll be having that alone. I can't do Taco Bell. It just isn't my bag.
I don't like their tacos because they're too spicy, but I love their veggie cantina power bowl.
Oh God, I want something just unhealthy as shit that'll kill me.
Yeah. Oh, you want to talk about vegan McDonald's SDX Darkest? We had a customer that came in every night who just wanted the burger but without the patty. She would get everything with the fixins but without the actual patty itself.
Buh.
One time we also got someone with a burger who didn't want the bun, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Yeah, I've had someone do that before, but they weren't a regular. And there was a guy I used to hang out with named Christopher. He's like, I'm going vegetarian. I'm just going to order 2 things of fries. And I was like... I heard a thing, I forget where it was, where fucking Michael Jackson was a vegetarian or something like that. And he's like, I'll just eat a bag of Doritos. I was like, that's not how to do it.
No, that's cheating, but
well,
that's
I mean,
it's
technically, but I'm like, if you're gonna eat like an unhealthy slob, you are doing vegetarian wrong. You're doing it way wrong.
Fun fact: there is actually there is some meat byproduct in the fries at McDonald's because of the fryers with the chicken nuggets and stuff. And because I had a friend who worked at McDonald's, a coworker, and he was actually very allergic to meat. It was the worst thing I could have imagined. And he could not eat anything other than the salads and the parfaits and the yogurts and stuff. Everything had some meat byproduct aftertaste in it.
Jeez. Well, I'm hungry now, so I'm probably going to kill this stream. Yeah, I can't go no more.